What is, speaking of kind of authorities over us, we hear down here that Trudeau is out or going out, and I don't know exactly how that process exactly works as far as Canadian politics are. But what's the lay of the land there? Is Trudeau, is it lame duck essentially? Is he out? Is he going to hold on? How does that work?
Okay, so it's January 28th as we record this. At the latest, there will be an election called in September or October because that's when the next election is set.
Okay.
It's a parliamentary system. So at any moment, if you don't have majority government, meaning you don't have a certain amount of seats in the House that are more than the rest of the opposition seats combined, you can have what's called a non-confidence vote. So if the opposition parties, and there are, the Green Party has like one seat, but there's the Liberals, which is Trudeau's party. There's the New Democrats, which is like a far left party, which it'd be like if Bernie Sanders started his own party. They're big on unions and stuff like that. They're small, but they have, let's say, 20 seats.
Sure.
There's the Bloc Québécois, which is a French nationalist party in Quebec that wants to separate from Canada. But they have about 40 MPs. They're actually quite substantial. And then there's the Conservative Party of Canada, which has, I think, about 120 seats right now. And the Liberals have something like 140. So the Conservatives are the official opposition. Okay, so if you have a non-confidence vote, which can be put forth by the opposition parties, as long as you have more votes, let's say we want to get rid of the ruling government and have an election, then you have an election. So the Liberals have a minority government, meaning they don't have more than the rest of the seats combined. So they're at the mercy of the other parties. So what has happened? Trudeau's popularity has plummeted to epic proportions. I mean, I have some inside knowledge with a friend of a family who was the president of the Liberal Party of Canada for many years. Not a politician, but of the actual sort of party side of things. And he said that, basically all the old school Liberals are like, this man has destroyed our party for 20 years. They're going to be bottom of the barrel whenever the election happens. So what happened is internally in Trudeau's party, they basically had a revolt. And so what he did is he announced his resignation as the party leader. That doesn't mean he stepped down as the prime minister. What it means is, presently, because we don't have vice presidents in Canada.
Okay.
You have the leader of the party, and if that party is in the position of having the mandate to form the parliament because they have the most seats, then the leader of that party assumes the role as prime minister. So when we go to the polls, we don't vote for the prime minister. We vote for whichever member of parliament is in our district.
I see. Okay.
So no one votes for Justin Trudeau except for those who live in his Papineau, which is a suburb of Montreal, riding. Riding means district. So he's resigning as party leader, and right now what they're doing is they're having a leadership race within the Liberal Party. So he has prorogued Parliament, which is a fancy way of saying he's paused it, which is a privilege that the Prime Minister has. And it's paused for like 2 months. Why? Well, because all the parties in Parliament right now are saying we will all vote to get him out. So if he reconvenes Parliament after the Christmas break, then within a couple weeks, he's gone. And now the Liberal Party itself is in free fall. What they're trying to do now is they're using this little break to select a new leader who will then assume the role, and then there'll probably still be a confidence vote, and then we'll have an election probably sometime in the summer. That's the lay of the land. So people say, oh, he's not leaving, et cetera. No, he's leaving. His party's literally having a race right now within, and different MPs are vying for leadership, but he is still the prime minister until that new leader is elected.
Who is currently the best shot for helping Canada kind of get righted, to kind of remove the stain of Trudeau from the mouths?
Pierre Poilievre. He is the leader of the Conservatives. He's by no means the savior. He's not going to, trumpet the rights of Christ the King or anything like that. His policies are very similar to Trump's, though, funny enough. It's all lower taxes, reduce mass immigration, strengthen the border, throw drug dealers in jail for longer, less repeat offender privileges and things, axing certain climate change taxes, removing the restrictions on resources. The thing about Canada that's so frustrating, we should be as rich as the Saudis.
Yeah.
We have 40 million people, and we have like the second largest oil deposit in the world or something insane. And that's not even including all of our minerals. We have oodles and oodles of all these minerals. We have 40 million people, and our country is bigger than the US as far as space. We have like the potential to diamonds and minerals. Like, it's just crazy what we have here. But we have all these wacky environmentalists that just make it impossible with all their things. So his whole thing is drill, baby, drill, dig what you want, whatever. He says we'll do it in like a sustainable way because that's what they all say. Fine, whatever, I don't care. People know that he can't fix the government overnight. We don't have the prime ministers here do not have executive order power.
Got it.
They can't do that. So it will be a slower process. But right now we're in a position where, to use an analogy, it's like imagine someone's extremely obese and they're a long way from being healthy, like they're 200 pounds away, but they can immediately stop eating sugar and drinking Mountain Dew 2 liters a day and going to McDonald's. And as long as you stop that, you'll see like 50-pound gone in like a month. That's that's where we are. It's going to take a long time to get rid of that 150 after that, but we can radically improve the basics just by cutting out certain garbage, basically.